We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India.
So good afternoon to all. Today we have discussed the uh, chapter regarding the time varying field for Maxwell equation, and based on that, we have discussed the new chapter which is known as wave propagation, electromagnetic wave propagation. Remember that one. This particular chapter are the part of syllabus of electronics communication engineering student, as well as for it will be also useful for electrical student. In electrical student, electromagnetic theory, electromagnetic subject present in the fourth semester of electrical student, and for EC student, uh, electromagnetic field theory subject that can be included as a part of syllabus. Now, time varying field and Maxwell equation. Time varying field and Maxwell equation that I have discussed here. First of all, so what is the meaning of time varying field? First of all, clear the difference between static field and time varying field. What is the meaning of time varying field? Time varying field means field that can be changed with respect to time. Field that can be changed with respect to time. I will explain this uh, with the help of whiteboard. What is the meaning of time varying field and static field? First of all, time varying field means electric field or magnetic field magnetic field that can be changed with respect to time. So it is known as time varying field. Now, what is the meaning of steady state field? Steady state field means steady state field means field is constant, means it cannot be changed with respect to time. So it is known as steady state field. It is known as steady state field. Now, based on steady state field and time varying field, one of the scientists, which is known as Maxwell, uh, Maxwell was the scientist who have established the different equation. Why I am telling about the different equation of Maxwell? Because in wave propagation, directly Maxwell equation can be used. In wave propagation, directly Maxwell equation can be used. So, so what is the meaning of Maxwell equation? Maxwell equation means it is the combination. It is the combination of the four basic equation. It is the combination of the four basic equation. First equation is that Gauss law for electric field. Gauss law for electric field. Second, Gauss law for magnetic field. Gauss law for magnetic field. Third, Ampere circuital law. Fourth, Faraday's law. It is the combination of these four basic laws. That's why it is known as Maxwell equation. It is the combination of four basic equations. Now, now, um, now, what is the characteristics of this equation? And fifth equation is continuity equation. Continuity equation. Now, for Maxwell equation, with reference to Maxwell equation, Gauss law for electric field, Gauss law for magnetic field, Ampere circuital law, Faraday's law, and continuity equation that can be used in the combination of these. It is known as Maxwell equation. Now, in Maxwell equation, another two important form is present, which is known as integral form and point form of Maxwell equation. Point form of Maxwell equation. Why this equation is required? Why integral form and point form is required? That I will discuss whenever I have switch over to the equation. Whenever I have switch over to the equation, at that time I will explain this point very carefully. So don't worry regarding that. According to EC student, for EC student, this is the content related to chapter number 3. For EC student of GTU, it is the content of chapter number 3, and for electrical student of GTU is the content of chapter number 6. It is the content of chapter number 6. So basically, integral form and point form both are useful for the analysis of Maxwell equation. Maxwell equation integral form and point form, it is very useful. Why? Because in integral form, I have discussed that point. In integral form of Maxwell equation, it is independent of voltage and current. It is independent with respect to voltage and current. It is independent with respect to voltage and current, and no depends on the supply source. No depends on the supply source, or no depends on the value of supply source. It is considered as a chapter number 7 for the electrical branch, and for EC student it is known as chapter number 3. So it is known as Maxwell equation. Now, what is the fundamental role of integral and form and point form? Again, repeat why I have discussed this point here, because in wave propagation directly we can use the Maxwell equation. So at that time we have at least verify the what is the exact method of derivation. So it is known as integral form and point form of the Maxwell equation. Integral form of Maxwell equation and point form of Maxwell equation, individual application that I will discuss in this PDF. Now, so first of all, it is the combination of four basic laws. See this, first law is Gauss law. Gauss law means what? Total electric flux is passing through any closed surface equal to total charge enclosed by closed surface. It is known as Gauss law. Gauss law for static field. So closed integration d dot ds equal to q enclosed, and q equal to volume integral rho v dv. Q equal to volume integral rho v dv. Again repeat why I have discussed here, because it is connected with chapter number 4, electromagnetic wave propagation for EC student, and for electrical branch student it is the part of chapter number 7. And wave propagation, it is not included in the electrical engineering syllabus. So volume integral rho v dv equal to closed integral d dot ds. It is the integral form of Maxwell equation. Now we can compare closed integral d dot ds equal to volume integral del dot p dv. So it is known as integral form of Maxwell equation. See this equation. It is the integral form of Maxwell equation. It is the integral form of Maxwell equation. I have right here. So don't worry that related to that integral form of Maxwell equation. Now close integration d dot ds equal to volume integral d dot dv. It is the equation of divergence theorem. Integral form of Maxwell equation, it can be related here. It is known as integral form of Maxwell equation. I have write here that, see this very carefully. And here it is known as divergence theorem. Here it is known as divergence theorem. So applied here divergence theorem. Applied here divergence theorem. So here we can get del dot D equal to rho v. Here we can get del dot D equal to rho v. So it is the point form of Maxwell equation. First equation. Now second equation, Gauss law for magnetic field. Gauss law for magnetic field. Total electric flux is passing through any closed surface is equal to total charge enclosed by, total electric flux passing through any closed surface is equal to always zero. It is known as Gauss law for magnetic field. See here this. See here carefully. It is known as incoming flux. It is known as incoming flux. It is the line of magnetic field. See this very carefully. Outside magnet north to south, inside magnet south to north. So here we can put, if here we can put closed surface, then here we can put closed surface, then incoming flux, whatever incoming flux is equal to outgoing flux. So here we can write incoming flux. So here we can say that it is known as outgoing flux. Here it is known as outgoing flux. So incoming flux is equal to outgoing flux. So net flux connected across surface, average flux connected across surface is equal to 0. So net flux connected across surface is equal to 0. So here we can write close integration b dot ds. Close integration b dot ds equal to 0. It is known as integral form. It is known as integral form. And here surface is closed. See this equation very carefully. Here surface is closed. See this. Surface is closed. That's why we can use divergence theorem. Surface is closed. That's why we can use divergence theorem. I also share one. See here. Surface is closed. That's why we can use divergence theorem. When we can apply divergence theorem and when we can apply Stokes theorem, that I have mentioned in the particular Microsoft Word screen. See this screen very carefully. I have right equation of Stokes theorem here. I have write the equation of Stokes theorem here. See this equation. Integration, close integration. Here we can write b dot ds is equal to del dot b is equal to volume integral upon integral volume del dot b del dot vector b dv. It is known as divergence theorem. It is known as divergence theorem. is known as diversion theorem. It converts closed surface into volume integral. See this? It is known as the equation of diversion theorem. It converts the surface integral into volume integral. It converts the surface integral into volume integral. And what is the equation of Stokes theorem? That also I have write here. Why I have write? Because based on that you have to differentiate what is the difference between Stokes theorem and diversion theorem. It is the very helpful for you. Remember that point. It is very helpful for you. Remember that point. If MCQ exam will be taken by GTU, at that time it will be more benefit for you. So prepare this very carefully. Stokes theorem and diversion theorem. It is known as diversion theorem. Now Stokes theorem. Stokes theorem is different compared to diversion. What is the equation of Stokes theorem? First of all, surface is open. Here control C. Here control V. Is equal to so open surface. So here we can get cross product, and here we can apply del operator. Where is del operator? Okay. Del cross B ds equal to close integration V dot dl. V dot dl. So close integration V dot dl equal to surface integral del cross B ds. It is the equation of Stokes theorem. Understand the difference between that. It converts the closed line integral into open surface integral. Understand the difference between a diversion theorem and a Stokes theorem. It converts the line integral into surface integral, and it converts the surface integral into volume integral. Diversion theorem converts the closed surface into volume. It is the difference between diversion theorem and Stokes theorem. I have highlight with and here it is known as diversion theorem. This is the difference between Stokes theorem and diversion theorem. So try to understand this very carefully. If you will decide MCQ paper, then based on that, definitely one question will be asked because it is the pure fundamental concept. Now next point. What is the now next point? So here we can apply the diversion theorem. Why? Because surface is closed. Already discussed here. So close integral B dot ds equal to volume integral del dot B dv. So del dot B equal to 0. So it is known as Gauss law for magnetic field. Now Gauss law for Faraday law. For static field, EMF induced in the closed loop, which is equal to 0. For static field, EMF induced in the closed loop which is equal to 0. So closed integration E dot dl. It is the basic equation of EMF. According to 12th science, it is the basic equation of EMF. So try to prepare this equation. Try to prepare this equation. Closed integration E dot dl equal to 0. So it is known as integral form of Maxwell equation. And you now see here which theorem is applied. Remember that point. For integral form to point form, if you want to convert integral form of Maxwell equation into point form, at that time which theorem is used? Either divergence or Stokes. Remember that point. Both theorem is used. In Gauss law, we have used the divergence theorem, but see here, line integral is closed. Closed line integral, at that time Stokes theorem is used. See this here. Stokes theorem is used to convert the integral form into point form. So here closed integration E dot dl, closed integration E dot dl equal to surface integral del cross E ds. Closed integration E dot dl equal to surface integral del cross E ds. So surface integral del cross E equal to 0. So here we can say del cross E equal to 0. Del cross E equal to 0. That's why curl equal to 0. Del cross E means what? It can be considered as a curl. Del cross E means what? It can be considered as a curl. Curl equal to 0. And if curl equal to 0, then it is known as irrotational field. Curl equal to 0, then it is known as irrotational field. And remember that point. According to EMF equation, it is equation which is also known as conservative field. Remember that point. Conservative field. It is known as conservative field also. So try to remember this. Try to remember this. Remember that statement. If curl is 0, then it is known as conservative field. If conservative field, then curl is 0. It is the reversible statement. Please try to remember this statement. Please try to remember this statement. If curl is 0, then it is known as conservative field. And if conservative field is 0, then it is also known as irrotational field. So it is the equation of Maxwell for static field. It is the equation of Maxwell for static field. Now also I have write here that particular point. Prove that if curl is 0, then field is conservative, and vice versa is also right. Please read this statement very carefully. Please read this statement very carefully. Please read this statement very carefully. It is the most important statement. Now, switch over the next point. Switch over the next point, which is known as Ampere circuital law. Line integral of magnetic field intensity around the closed path equal to current enclosed by closed path. It is the equation of magnetic field. Closed integration H dot dl equal to I enclosed. Now, what is the next equation? I have write here. I enclosed equal to, we have write here J dot ds. I enclosed is equal to, we have write here J dot ds. So here J equal to I divided by A. So I equal to J into A. So here I enclosed equal to surface integral J dot ds. So it is known as integral form of Maxwell equation. It is known as integral form of Maxwell equation. Now we can use the Stokes theorem. What is the equation of Stokes theorem? Closed integration H dot dl equal to surface integral del cross H. Closed integration H dot dl equal to surface integral H del cross H. Why? Because here line integral is closed. That's why it is known as. That's why we can apply the Stokes theorem. So here del cross H equal to J. Here del cross H equal to J. It is the equation of. Stokes theorem. It is the equation of Stokes theorem, and based on the Stokes theorem, we have derived the point form of Ampere circuital law. See this point form of Ampere circuital law. Remember that point. In point form of Ampere circuital law, already derived in the second chapter regarding the my portion of magnetic field. or regarding the portion of magnetic field, at that time we have defined the, at that time we have derived the point from using the Ampere circuital law, but here we can derive with the help of Maxwell equation. So try to understand the difference between them. Try to understand the difference between them. Now continuity equation. What is the meaning of continuity equation? Close integration j dot ds equal to 0. Close integration j dot ds equal to 0. It is known as continuity equation for integral form. Continuity equation for integral form. And continuity equation for what? What is the meaning of that? For a conductor material, I have sketched here conductor material. Assume that this is known as conductor. If here incoming current, here it is known as incoming current and here it is known as outgoing current. Now, incoming current is equal to outgoing current. Then close integration J dot ds. Net flux cannot be connected across conductor. So close integration J dot ds equal to 0. Close integration J dot ds equal to 0. It is applicable for static field. It is applicable for static field and it is known as integral form. And integral form can be converted into point form. Integral form can be converted into point form with the help of diversion and Stokes theorem. With the help of diversion and Stokes theorem. So close integration j dot ds equal to volume integral del dot j dv. Close integration j dot ds equal to volume integral del dot j dv. So del dot j equal to 0. It is known as point form of Maxwell equation. It is known as point form of Maxwell equation. So it is the clearly explanation regarding the continuity equation. Regarding the continuity equation of current. So here up till now, whatever is the equation we have discussed, see this Maxwell equation for Gauss law for magnetic field, Faraday's law, Ampere circuital law, and continuity equation. It can be related with the static field. Remember that point. It can be related with the static field. But for time varying field, it is the different scenario. Remember that point. For time varying field, it is the different scenario. Time varying field, it is the different scenario. Why different scenario? Because time varying field that can be changed with respect to time. Time varying field means it can be changed with respect to time. I have right here Maxwell equation in integral form, point form, integral form, point form. First of all, now I have explained why point form and integral form is required. Why point form and integral form is required. Now see this very carefully. Now see this very carefully. I have annotated here. See this. It is known as integral form. It is known as integral form. It is known as integral form. It is known as point form. See this. It is known as rho v. Rho v means what? Volume charge density. It is known as current density. So directly we able to obtain the current density at particular point. Directly we able to obtain the current density at particular point. So it is known as point form of Maxwell equation. So it is known as point form of Maxwell equation, or it is the advantage of Maxwell equation, directly obtain the volume charge density easily. And what is the significance of integral form? Integral form of Maxwell equation, integral form of Maxwell equation, it indicates the electric field and magnetic field. See this, it is known as electric field. See, this is known as magnetic field. Electric field and magnetic field, it cannot be vary with respect to time, as well as it is not depends on voltage source, current source, power source, or any other source. It can be not dependent on this parameter. It can be independent with respect to any quantity. See this H, this is E, this is B, this is D. It is all are independent quantity, not depends on any other environmental parameter, any types of media, any types of voltage source, any types of current source, any types of power source. It is not depends on any type of media. So it is the significance of the Maxwell equation in the integral form. It is the significance of the Maxwell equation in integral form. Now we have derived the Now we have manipulated the integral form of Maxwell equation and point form of Maxwell equation for time varying field. Up till now, whatever we have studied, it is depends on the, it is known as constant field. It is known as constant field. It is known as constant field, or we can say steady state field. But what is the disadvantage of steady state field? Real time. In real time, if electromagnetic wave, this is the complete portion regarding the static field. Now, what is the advantage of time varying field? Time varying field means, time varying field means if time varying field means I have sketched the diagram. See this is transmitter. See, this is transmitter. Assume that this is transmitter and assume that this is receiver. Assume that this is receiver. Transmitter and receiver can be put in line of sight. Means what? Upper terminal can be able to see easily. Now see what is the meaning of time varying field. Remember that point. Any transmitting antenna, assume that this is antenna. Any transmitting antenna, any transmitting antenna can not able to transmit static field. Any transmitting antenna not able to transmit static field. Static field is just for understanding, but real time always transmit the electromagnetic wave. Remember that point. It is known as electric field, and I have sketched with other pen. It is known as magnetic field. This type of field that can be radiated through transmitting antenna. This type of wave that can be radiated through transmitting antenna. Now, assume that this is the E field and assume that this is the H field. Now, time varying field means what? And assume that this is the receiver antenna. Now, time varying field means what? Field can be changed with time. Field change with time means if if at 10 seconds magnetic field at 10 seconds magnetic field is 19 ampere per meter, then at 20 seconds field is 90 ampere per meter. Assume it is known as example of time varying field. See this at this point. I have analyzed. I would like to analyze with in whiteboard. See this particular arrow. See this particular arrow. Here electric field is changed. Also here electric field is changed. See, this is the different time. I have mentioned with time axis. I have mentioned it here with time axis. So it can be variable with respect to time. That's why it is known as time varying field. And for time varying field, what is the Maxwell equation? So it is known as next part, which is known as time varying field for Maxwell equation. Static field of Maxwell equation is just for understanding, nothing else. Now for time varying field, concentrate here. Up till now, this is the complete portion. Now for time varying field, Gauss law remains same. For Gauss law, is remain same for static as well as time varying field. Gauss law is remain same for static as well as time varying field, but remaining law is changed. Why change? I will explain in the graph. I will explain it with the help of equation. So don't worry regarding that. So I will switch over the point, new setting. So it is known as continuity equation for static field. Now see, This is known as time varying field. State and explain Faraday's law. Derive the Maxwell equation for time varying field. Derive the Maxwell equation for time varying field. Now, see this particular static battery. See this battery. See this switch. See the position of switch. If switch is closed, then due to this n number of supply, this is n number of turn, current is flow. If switch is closed, assume that switch is closed. Switch is closed, then current can be flow like that. Current can be flow like that. Current can be flow like that, and due to this current, EMF is induced. Due to this current, EMF is induced, and galvanometer, it is known as galvanometer, or we can say ammeter. Ammeter can be rotated. Ammeter can be rotated. Now, if switch is open, if switch is open, it is the condition of open switch. It is the condition of open switch. If switch is open, then supply cannot be present. Supply can be considered as absent. Then, due to this current, due to this winding current, galvanometer can be rotated. Due to this winding current, why? Because it is the characteristics of inductor. Due to this winding current, current can be flow. And what is the direction of current? Direction of current is upward direction. Direction of current is upward direction. Opposite with respect to first case. Opposite with respect to first case. Again, if switch is closed, then rotation is downward. If switch is open, then rotation is upward. So, EMF induced in the closed loop, whatever EMF that can be induced in the galvanometer is equal to rate of change of flux. See this, EMF induced in the closed loop is equal to rate of change of flux, change with respect to time. Rate of change of flux with respect to time. Rate of change of flux change with respect to time. Then S is connected to iron ring. See, this is known as iron ring. See, this is known as iron ring. What is the role of iron ring? What is the role of iron ring? Iron ring is used to connect the incoming flux into outgoing flux. Connect incoming flux into outgoing flux. It is the use of iron ring. Now, switch is connected to iron ring through n number of coil of inductor, and DC supplies is given to the coil. DC supply is given to the coil through switch S, and galvanometer is rotated and current is induced in the coil. So if galvanometer is rotated, then current is induced in the coil. But if switch is open, then galvanometer can be rotated in the opposite side. If switch is open, then galvanometer can be rotated in the opposite side with respect to previous case. Why? Because it is the characteristics of inductor. Why? It is because it is the characteristics of inductor that that current across inductor cannot change, sorry, voltage across capacitor, voltage across, current across inductor cannot change simultaneously. Current across inductor current across inductor cannot change simultaneously. It is the characteristics of inductor. That's why V EMF equal to minus d phi by dt. V EMF equal to minus d phi by dt. Then phi equal to flux. Phi equal to flux. Flux equal to density into area. It is the basic equation. Density equal to flux divided by area. So flux equal to density into area. So phi equal to flux. So we can write here integration B dot ds. Why? Because flux can be distributed into entire ring. See this here very carefully. Flux is distributed into entire ring. Flux is distributed into entire ring. Flux is distributed to entire ring. That's why flux is equal to density into area. Flux is equal to density into area. Entire ring is distribution. It is indicated by surface. So surface integral B dot ds. Surface integral B dot ds and EMF induced in the closed loop is equal to closed integral E dot dl. Close integral E dot dl equal to minus d phi by dt and phi equal to integral B dot ds. It is known as integral form. It is known as integral form of Maxwell equation. It is the integral form of Maxwell equation. Now Stokes theorem. See this here surface integral. Line integral is closed. Line integral is closed. So here close integration E dot ds equal to surface integral del cross E ds. Close integration E dot dl equal to surface integral del cross E ds. So both side applied we can surface. See this here now. Here it is surface and here also surface. Yes, here surface is present. Here also surface is present. See this. You see this also. So surface component cancel with each other. That I will mention in the next equation. Del cross E equal to minus del B by del B. See, this equation directly using the wave equation. Wave equation chapter for EC student, not for electrical student. Del cross E equal to minus del B by del T. It is used for point form of Maxwell equation. What is the significance of this equation? It is the most important equation. Remember that point. It is the most important equation. Change in the magnetic field. Change in the magnetic field. I will write this equation and I will explain the significance of this equation. Del cross E del cross E del cross E equal to minus del B where is the del operator? Yes, minus del B divided by del T. Del cross E equal to minus del P divided by del T. What is the meaning of that? Equal to magnetic field intensity. Magnetic field intensity change with respect to time. With respect to time is equal to, see here, it is known as rotational electric field. It is known as rotational electric field. It is known as rotational electric field. See here, it is known as rotational electric field. So del cross E means what? It is known as rotation. Del cross E means what? It is known as rotation. It is known as rotation of electric field is equal to magnetic field intensity change with respect to time. It produces rotation of electric field. So it is the significance of the Maxwell equation. Please prepare this significance very carefully. Please prepare this significance very carefully. It is the most important according to MCQ examination. What is the significance of Faraday's law? It is the significance of Faraday's law. Change in the magnetic field, it will be produced the electric field. Change in the magnetic field, it will be produced the electric field. It is the significance of the Maxwell equation. Now, uh, concentrate on another point. Now, see this continuity equation. Now see this continuity equation. Continuity equation. What is the continuity equation, or what is the meaning of continuity equation? See, this change in magnetic field intensity with respect to time will be responsible for the production of rotation electric field. Already discussed. It is the significance of Maxwell equation. Now say continuity equation. What is the meaning of continuity equation? Again repeat. For closed volume, see this. For closed volume, incoming current equal to outgoing current. If equal to 0, then it is known as continuity equation. But here field is time varying. Time varying field means what? Field can be changed with respect to time. So here, if 10 ampere current can be applied, see this, 10 ampere current can be applied, then here current is changed. Here current is changed. Here current is changed. Current is changed here 4 ampere. So it is known as time varying current. It is known as time varying current. Now, why it is known as time varying current? Why it is known as time varying current? Because inside volume, current is dropped within conductor. Inside volume, current is dropped within conductor. So I equal to minus dq by dt. I equal to minus dq by dt. Rate of charge, change with respect to time. Rate of change of charge, change with respect to time. So I equal to minus dq by dt. I equal to minus dq by dt, and q equal to volume integral rho v dv. And q equal to volume integral rho v dv. It is the fundamental equation of q. Rho v equal to volume charge density equal to total charge divided by area of volume. So it is known as volume integral rho v dv. So it is known as integral form of Maxwell equation. It is known as integral form of Maxwell equation. Now, we would like to obtain the point form. Why? Because we want to obtain only volume charge density. Now see this here. Close integration J dot ds. So applied here diversion theorem. So applied here diversion theorem. So close integration J dot ds equal to volume integral del dot J dv. Del dot J dv. So del dot J dv volume integral equal to minus del rho v by del t minus del rho v by del t. Put this value in the equation, so we can get final equation del dot J equal to minus del rho v by del t. So it is known as time varying field. It is known as time varying field. It is known as time varying field. It is known as time varying field for continuity equation. See this equation, rate of change of charge, change with respect to time, rate of change of charge, change with respect to time. So it is known as time varying field. Del dot J equal to minus del rho v by del t. So it is known as time varying field. Now, what is the modification required in the Ampere-Circuital law to complete the electromagnetic field theory? This is the most important question. Remember that point. If paper is descriptive, then it is also most important. But if paper is theoretical, then it is also known as important question. Remember that point. From integral form to point form of Maxwell equation we want to convert. At that time, Stokes theorem or diversion theorem can be used. If integral is closed, line integral, then Stokes theorem. If integral of closed surface integral, then it is known as diversion theorem. Now see, modification required in the Ampere-Circuital law. Del cross H equal to J. It is the applied for static field. Remember that point. Now apply the diversion on both sides. So del dot del cross H equal to 0. Diversion of curl of any vector. See this. This is the property of cross product. Diversion of curl of any vector is always equal to 0. Is always equal to 0. It is the properties of curl. Diversion of curl of any vector is always equal to 0. It is the properties of curl. Please remember that word. It is directly asked in the GTU exam. Diversion of curl of any vector is always equal to 0. Please prepare this statement very carefully. Next, so del dot J equal to 0. Del dot J, I have put here. This statement. Now, for time varying field, it is applicable for static field also, but for time varying field, it is required to do modification. So here we can add unknown quantity. Here we can add unknown quantity. You can add any quantity like m, n, p, vector, any quantity. Now apply the diversion on both sides. If you can apply the diversion, so here diversion of curl of any vector. See this again. Diversion of curl of any vector is always 0. So here del dot J plus del dot G. So del dot J equal to minus del rho v by del t, and del dot G equal to del rho v by del t. Del dot G equal to del rho v by del t. See here, it is applicable for time varying. So here del dot J equal to del rho v by del t. Now compare this equation with del dot D equal to rho v. Now see, we want to compare these both equations. Del, it is okay. See this very carefully. See this is del, it is okay. Here G, here D, okay. Here del rho v by del t, here rho v only. So apply the both side differentiation. Apply the both side differentiation. Apply the both side differentiation. So del D by del t equal to del rho v by del t. So compare this both equation. So G equal to del D by del t. So del cross H equal to J plus del D by del T. It is the modification in Ampere circuital law. It is the modification in the Ampere circuital law. See this. And del D by del T equal to displacement current density and J equal to conduction current density. What is the meaning of J and what is the meaning of D? J means conduction current. Del D by del T means displacement current. What is the meaning of that? I will explain here. And also it is the important figure. So I have not cleared this figure. Displacement current, displacement means what? Displacement current density means what? For capacitor circuit, displacement current is always large. Large. Displacement current is always large for capacitor circuit. Displacement current means what? See this. If I have sketched here the symbol, see this. If I have sketched here the symbol capacitor. So inside capacitor, charge can be distributed, and due to this distribution of charge, see this. This is positive charge. See, I have sketched the capacitor symbol like that. If distance is large, see this. This electron, this electron, this electron, this electron, this electron, this electron. Distribution of this charge can be like that. Negative charge can be flow from negative terminal to positive terminal. So displacement is possible. So it is known as displacement current is large for capacitor circuit. Displacement current is large for capacitor circuit. Displacement current is large for capacitor circuit, but for resistive circuit, conduction current is large. Conduction current means what? It follows the Ohm's law principle. It follows the Ohm's law principle. So it is known as displacement current. Now, what is the significance of del cross H equal to J plus del D by del T? See this. We have obtained the equation del cross H equal to J plus del D by del T. See here. What is the meaning of D? D means what? D equal to epsilon A. What is the meaning of D? D equal to simply say epsilon A. So electric field change with respect to time. Electric field change with respect to time. It will produce the rotational magnetic field. It can produce rotational magnetic field. It is the significance of Ampere circuital law. Please prepare this very carefully. Change in magnetic field with respect to time. It will produce rotational electric field. It will produce rotational magnetic field. See this. Change in magnetic field, electric field with respect to time. Again repeat. Change in electric field with respect to time. It will produce rotational magnetic field. It will produce rotational magnetic field. See this very carefully. It is the significance of Maxwell equation. I have write here each and every equation. Significance. Gauss law already specified total electric flux is passing through an enclosed surface equal to total charge enclosed by surface. It is the significance of Gauss law. Gauss law for magnetic. See this here. Incoming flux and outgoing flux is always equal. So separate pole, either N or S, it is not possible. It is compulsory required to possible both pole, north as well as south. Now third, Faraday law. Faraday law means change in magnetic field with respect to time, it will produce rotational electric field. Change in magnetic field with respect to time, it will produce rotational electric field. It is known as Faraday law. It is known as Faraday law. Change in magnetic field with respect to time, it will produce rotational electric field. It will produce rotational electric field. See this. It is rotational electric field. It is the significance of Faraday's law. Now, Now MPS circuital law already explained just in beginning. Change in electric field, it will produce rotational magnetic field. See this. Now, if electric field is changed here, see this. So each and every point of electric field, each and every point of electric field, see this electric field is changed here. Also electric field is changed here. Electric field also change here. Also electric field is change here. Also electric field is change here. So change in electric field, it will responsible for the production of rotational magnetic field. Change in electric field, it will be responsible for the production of rotational magnetic field. So it is known as rotational magnetic field. It is known as rotational magnetic field. So it is known as, for time varying field, it is the significance of Maxwell equation. And what is the continuity equation? Incoming current equal to outgoing current. So net current is zero according to volume. So it is known as significance of significance of Maxwell equation in integral form and point form. So it is the complete theory of integral form and point form. Already explained all the point very clearly. Now last point according to unit number 3 for EC student, unit number 7, last unit for electrical student, retarded potential. What is the meaning of retarded potential? First of all, I have write here this retarded potential. Retarded potential deals with AC current. Remember that point. Deals with AC current. Whatever current that can be applied, whatever current that can be applied to this cylinder. Now, what is the potential that can be generated at P point due to current? Due to current, what is the potential generated at P point? Due to current, what is the potential that can be generated at P point? It is known as retarded potential, or we can say delay potential. Simply say delay potential. So, due to this alternate current, also here alternate field is generated. I have sketched the graph of alternate field. See this very carefully. See this very carefully. I have denoted graph for alternate field. See, this is electric field. See this electric field. It cannot be created closed loop, but it can be changed with respect to time. This type of graph can be created and direction of field is different. This type of direction, this type of direction, this type of direction due to positive or negative charge. Because here for time varying field, always positive or negative both type of charge can be present. So this is the direction of electric field. But what is the direction of magnetic field that I have sketched with this particular figure? See this. It is known as closed loop. It is known as closed loop. See this. This is graph of magnetic field. But see this. It is time varying magnetic field. So if this field is changed here, also at this point field change, also at this point field change. So due to this variation field, also electric field is produced according to Maxwell equation. So continuously electric field and magnetic field. Also here electric field is changed. So here magnetic field can be developed. So alternate magnetic field, alternate electric field. See this. Here magnetic field is developed. Here also electric field is developed. See this. Now due to variation of different type fields. See, this is one of the complicated figure. So what is the actual potential at P point? What is the actual potential at P point? Due to this variation of field, it is known as retarded field. It is known as retarded field, or we can say simply delay potential. Simply say delay potential. So this is the correct explanation of the retarded potential. This is the correct explanation of the retarded potential due to time varying electric field and magnetic field. What is the exact potential at P point? It is known as retarded potential. Now, due to retarded potential, what is the effect in current? At r distance, consider that point at r distance. Distance between the cylinder and P point distance is r. Consider P point for time varying current. Consider P point for time varying current flow at cylinder, and due to I AC current, if we want to measure potential, due to AC current, if we want to measure potential at P point, due to time varying current, what is the difference intensity of electric field and magnetic field at P point? It introduced the concept of retarded. Introduced the concept of retarded. So it is known as retarded potential. Potential equal to work done divided by charge. It is the fundamental definition. Amount of charge required to move from one point to another point. I will explain this point. Potential. See this. This is the field of plus Q charge. This is the field of plus Q charge. Assume that this is the field of plus Q charge. Now we want to move charge, this minus Q charge plus, now we want to this plus Q charge from this position to this position. We want to move the this charge from this position to this position against the direction of field. See this is the direction of plus Q. This is the direction of plus Q. If we can change the position, if you can move from plus Q charge from this point to this point against the direction of field, so it is known as potential. Now total current I equal to sine omega. Delay potential means what? Obviously R by C. Why R by C? It is indicated by time. Distance present in terms of meter, velocity present in terms of meter per second. So it can be cancelled with each other. So it is known as second. So retarded time is present in terms of second. Here. So here we can write here sine omega t minus R by C. It is known as retarded current. See this very carefully. It is known as retarded current. Now, based on the retarded current, simply put this equation into potential. See, this is the equation of vector magnetic potential. Mu Im sine dl divided by 4 pi r. Put I equal to Im sine omega t minus R by C. So whatever potential we can get, it is known as retarded potential. Whatever potential we can get here, it is known as retarded potential. So it is known as last topic related to this particular chapter number 3 for EC student, chapter number 7 for electrical student. So thank you. I will, if you have any particular query, then contact me in my phone number. My phone number is 9429563401. Also, you will contact me in YouTube channel also. Don't worry regarding that. For any particular topic, if you have any particular query, then discuss with me anytime. Thank you very much. Good luck. If you have any query, then also we discuss with you. Thank you very much.